Hey folks, welcome to another edition of Play Branson, where you get to know Branson's entertainers better. My name is Chris Meyer, and I'm here today with Haley Westrich. Haley, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
It is now September.
It is. I don't know where the year went.
I know, it's crazy. If people a lot of times will say, hey, when should I come to Branson? I like to recommend September.
Yeah.
Because typically I say it's not too hot, it's not too cold. The students have all gone back,
right.
And people typically aren't here yet for the fall colors. And so I think September's a great month to come to Branson.
Absolutely.
So there's also festivals starting to go on. So if people want to look at fall colors, what are some places that you'd recommend that they go check them out?
I love going down to the Dewey Short Visitor Center. I mean, it's a great place just to walk or run, but you have trees surrounding you. The colors are gorgeous right there by the lake.
Yeah, and there's it's some education. It's kind of like almost a little museum in some aspects.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
You'll see a lot of times pictures from Top of the Rock, where people have gone out there for the fall colors. People will always call sometimes and say, hey, when are the fall colors going to hit? Like it's a certain day.
Right.
Folks, we cannot project the exact day that the fall colors will hit. Sometimes it's really late in October all the way to November sometimes. Yeah. And so you just never know
right.
When those fall colors are going to be. Can you tell people about our guest today?
We've got Denny Yeary and his family. So long history at the Blackwoods there. So really awesome to get to know them more.
So Denny's been in town for a long time, and so we'll look forward to talking to them in just a moment. Anything else you want to talk about fall?
I mean, another great place that I just thought of are all the overlooks. So like when you're driving out from Silver Dollar City, I mean, stop by, and there's a lot of places to see those colors there. Yeah.
So Paul Henning.
Yes.
For our conservation area, and
right.
Then we also have the overlook. Overlooking Point Royale area on Highway 165. So there are some great overlooks for the fall. And so if you haven't planned your fall getaway yet, you should do that. Come check out Branson this fall. It's a great time to come. And folks, we're going to be back in just a moment with Denny Yeary.
There are so many things to do in Branson. You need help planning and booking all your fun. You need iBranson.com. You can find everything Branson has to offer from your computer, tablet, or cell phone. You can even buy tickets online or talk to one of their friendly Branson travel specialists. There's no sales pitches, no delivery fees, no service fees, and no waiting. It's fast and easy. Find your fun at iBranson.com. Do it all online or call 877-ENTERTAIN. That's 877-368-3782. iBranson.com.
Hey folks, welcome back to Play Branson, where you get to know Branson's entertainers better. And today I am here with Denny Yeary and his family, Sheila Renee and Michaela Christine. Yeah, and so welcome to the show. And so Denny, you I know you have a long history in the music business, and unfortunately I don't know as much about your history, but
that's okay.
Kind of share y'all's backgrounds and that kind of thing.
Well, I go way back with the Blackwoods, all the way back to, do I need to turn it on? Or is it on?
Do we need to?
Okay. I go all the way back with the Blackwoods in 1973. That's when I joined them. In Nashville, of course, we had a lot of great success and a lot of songs and records. So I've just kind of kept going. And even when I was away from the Blackwoods, we were always singing somewhere, either in town, on the road, fairs, festivals, and things like that. Always keeping busy.
Yeah, and so the Blackwoods have a big history, and I mean, very
over 80 years, Chris.
Yes.
80 years, and they started in Shenandoah, Iowa, and they were the first gospel group to ever be on the Arthur Godfrey Show, and they became so popular. They won that show, and they put them on the Daily Show with the McGuire sisters, and so the history goes way, way back. They've had a lot of great performers and singers in that quartet.
Yeah, and so when you left them at some point, what happened? Because you've done a lot of stuff here in Branson.
I have. I've been with a lot of shows. I mean, a lot of shows use me as an announcer. I do a lot of stuff, and for some reason, they like to have me do a lot of voiceovers and things like that. And Sheila can even comment a little about some of the things, because
you were with the Foggy River Boys
with the Foggy River Boys for 3 seasons before they retired. And then, of course, a lot of the different shows in town, which are not here, but still I did a lot of stuff with different different programs.
You got to perform with Roy Rogers and Dale Evans for several years.
Well, I know you've had on the show the Pioneers.
Oh, yeah.
So we had the privilege to work with Roy and Dale for several years. That's when the Pioneers were not working with them. They used the Blackwood Singers, and so we toured with them, and that was a lot of fun too.
So the Foggy River Boys were one of the first few groups in Branson, and so what did you do with them? Were you singing bass?
Just singing bass with them,
Okay.
and of course I enjoyed it. And
After Denny retired.
yeah,
That's when you went in.
They had a bass singer named Denzel,
Denzel, yeah.
and I was Denny, so it kind of.
Well, his name's Denzel, too.
Can you believe that?
They're both Denzel.
But I've always been called Denny all my life, so that's if you called me Denzel, I probably wouldn't answer. I wouldn't know who you were talking to. But stayed with them until they retired the group, and we just been staying busy all along. And
Then we started here in
Yes.
2001
Yeah,
doing
2000.
Sweethearts of Branson, and I've done a variety show here on and off for several years.
Yep, we sure have, and then we still do some road travel. Not as much. The older you get, you don't want to have to travel too much, Chris. You want to stay home.
So Sheila, tell me a little bit about your history from a musical background perspective.
Well, I actually, I was a school teacher for about 13 years, and then I met Denny, and I'd sung.
Can I say this? If you're married to a school teacher and you do it wrong, they're going to make you do it over. That's the school teacher in her.
But I've got a well-polished husband.
I've had to be that way.
Yeah.
But of course, I sang in church and weddings and stuff like that till I met Denny, and then we started touring together and singing together, and then it just blossomed, and been performing here together for about 17, 18 years,
Yep.
and love it.
And then we got
Tour all over the
Kayla,
country.
Our daughter's just singing
Yeah,
with
she
us.
started
and
with us when she was about 6, and
She was a little clogger.
yeah, championship clogger for many, many years,
And then she grew up, and then she just figured, well, she was tired of clogging, so we started putting her on instruments, letting her sing. She's got a beautiful voice, sings with us on our
yeah,
other shows.
plays about every instrument just like him, and great mandolin player and guitar player, and great.
Keep it in the family.
That's right.
Yeah. So you've seen a lot of changes over the years in the Branson music scene, and so if you were kind of summarizing that, what would like the good, the bad, like what do you think?
Well, I think everybody that has some form of success in entertainment want to come to Branson, because in the early years, as you know as well as I do, people would flock to see the names like Loretta Lynn and Roy Clark and all of those people. And so those names, Mel Tillis and those guys, were the fellas that kind of brought Branson to the rise, because it was just a small country town back in those early years with the Presleys and the Baldknobbers. And so they gave it kind of a national prominence, and that kind of was a good thing. But now we've had a lot of entertainers come in, and of course our town has grown leaps and bounds, and we now have new generation of people. You know, we have the millennials that like to come into town, and they like different type of things. So you have different type of shows.
Well, now we got a lot of variety here in
we
town,
do have
which is a
lot of
positive.
variety, which
Yep.
is a very positive thing. And I like the variety that we have. I mean, you could see anything from Irish singers and dancers to the truest of the country shows here in Branson. So, yeah, the change has been good. It's been kind of like this in any business.
Yeah,
But
we have your
our
ups and downs.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Now, did you leave Branson for a little while? And
I
then-
left for about probably about 4 years. A fella offered me a deal in Texas, and he was trying to build a Branson type style in that area. And it worked for a while, but I just felt like it was never going to be. It was a weekend thing. And Branson, as you know, is seasonal, which can go 8 to 9, maybe even 10 months, depending on how long
Right,
they want to keep
right.
the shows open and the weather. So we decided that it's best to just come back here. So we came back, and that was back around 98, 99, that area when I left, and then I came back. It was actually a little before that, about 96, and then I came back. So
Yeah.
now we've been here and staying.
Now
here.
you're back with the Blackwoods.
Back with,
Yeah.
and that's, the Blackwoods, they went to Pigeon Forge. They were over there. And they had great success over there at Pigeon Forge, but all their kids, all their grandkids live here. And they just wanted to be back here with family, and you can't blame them.
Hey, that's
that-
one of the things we love about Branson is
Yeah.
the family. Our family, we got 9 kids, 18 grandkids.
18 grandkids now. 3 great
So
grandchildren.
it's a wonderful place to
Wow.
call home.
What she's trying to tell you is I'm old.
This
all it
is
is.
the only one we've roped into performing with us.
But there's a long history there of
There
performance.
really is. I've been very blessed in my career, to do the things that we've done with the Blackwoods, the Foggy River Boys. And I work with a lot of other people, too, that I just was with them temporary and fill in or whatever, but I've been blessed.
Yeah, and so when the Blackwoods came back to Branson, then is that when you rejoined them?
Yes. And so it kind of worked out because we had some of our biggest success in the early years when I was with them. That's when they had a lot of their hit records.
In the early 70s,
In the 70s, and we had hit songs like Put Your Hand in the Hand of the Man from Galilee, and we were the very first, as you know, to record Larry Gatlin's song, Help Me.
And Why Me, Lord?
And Why Me, Lord. And of course, and we found this out, the Blackwoods got a call from Graceland when after Elvis passed away. They said, we have your album sitting in his bedroom on his personal stereo with a small stack of albums, and we have taken that album and put it on the nightstand and put a plaque under it. It says one of Elvis's favorite albums of the Blackwoods.
Wow.
And because he recorded Why Me, Lord, my rendition, and Help Me. And we were the first to record those songs. Of course, Larry Gatlin always made the statement to the Blackwoods. He said, before you recorded it, I was living in a little house. He said, when you recorded it, my house got a little bigger. But he said, when Elvis recorded it, I got a big house.
That's great. That's a good story right there.
That's a good story.
Folks, that's a great place for us to stop, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Down the 7 Bridges Road.
Dolly and Friends, a tribute, performed by the Sweethearts of Branson.
Hi, I'm Sheila Renee, and if you love the music of Dolly Parton, then this is the show to see.
I have loved you.
Dolly is known for doing duets with some of America's favorite entertainers, like Porter Wagner, Ricky Van Shelton, Ben Skill, and everyone's favorite Mr. Kenny Rogers.
To another world, and we rely on each other. From one lover to another. What come in here looking like that?
You'll hear music by people who influenced Dolly, like her favorite of all time, Mr. George Jones, and her first crush, Johnny Cash.
Hello, I'm Johnny Cash.
Dragging my heart behind, he's driving me crazy.
From Dolly's humble beginnings to her rise to fame, you will experience Dolly's #1 hits through music, video, and beautiful productions.
A woman every night that I remember when he was mine.
Because of Dolly's bluegrass roots, you'll get to enjoy a variety of musical instruments like the banjo, the fiddle, the mandolin, and of course the guitar.
I'm begging of you, please don't take my man.
If you love songs like Jolene, 9 to 5, Coat of Many Colors, and Dolly's biggest selling song she ever wrote, I Will Always Love You, you don't want to miss this show.
Your beauty is beyond compare with flaming locks of auburn hair and ivory skin and eyes of emerald green. Road just swaying like a slow freight train, rocking with the rhythm of the rain. So let that rocking with the rhythm of
The girls have fun with songs by people who were influenced by Dolly, like the wonderful Judds and Reba McEntire, who calls Dolly her hero.
keep that sweet whisper in my ear, baby. Ooh, it's so fine, nice, and blue.
Because of Dolly's love of God and country, the show finishes with the song that brings everyone to their feet. The song she wrote the day after 9/11.
And I stand proud.
Come out and laugh, sing, and hear the story of the amazing Dolly Parton.
One of Branson's fastest growing and top news shows, Dolly and Friends, a tribute. You can see it at the beautiful Americana Theater.
Hey folks, welcome back to Play Branson, and I am here with the Sweethearts of Branson. Did I get that right?
You did.
I did. And so I want to talk about that for just a minute because you have a show called Dolly and Friends, a tribute.
Yes.
But then there's the Sweethearts of Branson component. And so that might be confusing to little people. Maybe
Absolutely.
not, but tell people kind of how that works.
Yeah, well, for many years, we were known as the Sweethearts of Branson. Still people call us that. We did a show for several years that was the Sweethearts of Branson. And we kind of got away from doing that variety show and decided to do something completely different, which was a tribute to Dolly. The show is still a variety show, but the story is wrapped around her life. It talks about from her very beginnings, but it also talks about the people that influenced her, as well as the people that she's influenced. So we still have people come to town all the time, still looking for the Sweethearts of Branson, though. So we try to let people know that we are the Sweethearts of Branson, but our show is Dolly and Friends, a tribute.
But they also expect some of the old things that we did on the Sweetheart show. So when we do our Dolly show, and I'll tell you, my wife is the producer of it, and she does a great job. She's done all the research and the history about Dolly. But the fun thing about it is we still have to do some of the things that we did as the Sweethearts, because they always want to hear me sing Elvira. And they want to see me play an instrument. I have to play the fiddle. I have to play mountain music on the fiddle.
Okay.
Now, I'm this kind of a fiddle player.
Oh, he's a great fiddle player.
And I play enough to get by, but thank the good Lord he gave me a low voice so I could really cover everything else, you know.
Yeah, because you're known for your bass singing, so that's why you got to do Elvira.
Absolutely. People
Yeah.
would be quite upset if he didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we do stick that in the show, and I'm glad they did. I had to pay her to let me do that. That's the way it is when you're the husband.
So tell us a little bit more about the show. Like if someone's never seen it, what can they expect?
Well, if they love Dolly, they're going to love the show. But like I said, it is a variety show, so they're not just going to get Dolly, because you have those people that say, well, I want to hear more than just Dolly. So they're going to get a variety. But if they love Dolly, they're going to love it. Because, again, we start from the very beginning of her roots, and we work our way through, and we incorporate her first crush was Johnny Cash. He was also the very first person that introduced her on the Grand Ole Opry. So we talk a little bit about those stories that make people love her even more. Then we talk about some of the things about her songs that she wrote, why she wrote them, and then we talk about people she's influenced as well.
She influenced a lot of people.
Of course, you can imagine she's influenced millions of people, but we talk about the Judds, and me and Michaela do some Judds, and people love that part of the show. And Reba McEntire calls her hero. So we talk about the impact that she's also had on other entertainers. So they get a variety.
Plus, they get the video screens. There's always history with pictures, and as we're telling the story and singing. And it's a great 90-minute program, and it moves by real fast.
Oh, it's
over
very,
before you
very
know it.
fast-paced. We do some crowd interaction. The people love that part, and so there's always stuff going on. It goes pretty
If you
fast.
come to the show, you're going to hear the audience singing because they know most of the songs.
Oh, they know all of them.
So, Michaela, tell us a little bit about what you do in the show, and I feel like we got to have Michaela
You
talk
gotta
back
have
here.
Michaela talk.
So she's back here.
So I mean, like Mom said, I've been with the show since I was 5 or 6, I believe. I started out clogging, but I retired because my knees got a little,
tall.
I got tall and growth spurts happened, and then it just started hurting everywhere. So, but now I just sing and I play a lot of instruments. And
She's a great
my dad's-
mandolin
yeah.
player.
Yep, I play mandolin, guitar.
We feature her a lot on with the Judds, and
She sings Judds.
next year we're going to feature her a lot more too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
is there other people in the show besides the three of you, or is it just you guys?
Right now we're growing, and the three. Of course, we play all of our own instrumentation and everything, and it's kind of Dolly has bluegrass roots, so you're going to hear me play 5-string banjo, the fiddle, Michaela on the mandolin and the keyboard and all that stuff, the guitar, and I play radio, television, and Nintendo.
Well, we're at the
I don't know if
Americana.
that counts as an instrument, and I'm learning a new one. It's called working the cell phone.
We're at the Americana Theater, and it's a beautiful theater. So we have a lot of beautiful lights going on. Haygoods used to be there, so
Right,
as you
right.
can imagine, they
Great
put in a
light show.
wonderful light show. So there's a lot of movement and going on, so that you don't really miss the band. But we have high energy, lots of instrumentation going on, and
Well, and I think what is, Branson is known as family entertainment.
Yes.
And this is a perfect example of here, really the family entertaining and you guys doing, different parts. I'm just curious, do you guys sing the Kenny Rogers, Dolly Parton duet?
Absolutely.
We
Biggest
have-
selling, number one
hey.
country duet of all time
But
still
that's not
today.
the best part. That's a great song, and we do that, but I get to be Porter Wagner. I have a Porter Wagner jacket that'll knock your socks off, I'm telling you.
And where do you get that kind of those jackets? That's what I want to know.
Well, let me tell you what, this lady is so creative. And I told you she's a teacher, but she was an art teacher too, and she can make outfits and all kind of things. And when I get done with a orange jacket and what she puts on it, I mean, I outshine the whole stage.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. If you get to the point where you don't want that jacket anymore,
Oh, you want it?
I think I would like to wear it on the show.
There you go.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
Could I wear?
Repurpose it.
Seriously, one year the Presleys had a jacket, and I took it and I went to an event and I wore the jacket, and it was such a hit because people don't like the sparkly
Right,
stuff.
right.
They just don't see it, and so you stand out, which is that's part of show business, right?
That's
So,
right.
Okay, so what days are we doing Dolly and Friends, a tribute?
This year we're doing it Tuesday and Thursday at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
And pretty much every Tuesday and Thursday. We're there till the end of the
then,
season.
Next year, we're negotiating for
Yep,
more days.
more days, so
we
we're
kind
really
of took the days that we could get at the theater, and now next year we're negotiating for more time.
So people could go to the show, and then they could still go see another show even later on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's why we do the 90 minutes, because we get them out in time that if they still need to get to an 8 o'clock show, they can or go
Okay.
grab a bite to eat or whatever.
Well, in Branson, all the tourists got to eat.
This
You can go
is
see a
true.
morning show, go eat. See a matinee show, go eat. See a 5 o'clock show, get out at 6:30, go eat again.
There you go. And then Blackwoods, they're at the Dutton
They're at the
Theater.
Dutton Family Theater, and they are Tuesday through Saturday. They do every day of the week.
At
so
10 o'clock?
10 o'clock.
10 a.m., that is.
Yeah.
Wonderful show as well.
Yeah, but
High energy.
I'll just talk about my buddy Jerry Presley because I also sing bass for him
Yeah.
Okay.
on the Elvis Live show. And so I've got those 3 shows, and then Sheila and I are always doing something in town people ask us to do, and I told Mark a while ago, I said, I have a new job starting Monday. I'll be a greeter at Walmart.
Because you don't have enough jobs.
I don't have enough jobs,
Well-
and we got 18 grandkids.
Well, and you bring up a good point because a lot of entertainers do multiple things in
They
this
do.
town, and
In this-
sometimes they have to do it, but sometimes they want to do it, and but that's how all the industry works well together.
Yes, it
I think,
does.
You know,
We're all
so-
a big family here.
Yeah.
And we go out and we do things at the different resorts and we talk to different people and we have all the entertainers. They call them teasers or mixers where you go out and sing about 4 or 5 minutes. And the entertainers like George Dyer, Doug Gabriel, Dave Hammer, we were all sitting around talking one day and said, we enjoy doing these. Now, it's kind of a way to help self-promote.
Right.
But it's a great way for us.
That's to fellowship.
For us entertainers to fellowship.
We're all
That's what
stays
we
too
were talking-
busy otherwise.
because it's very difficult with all of our show schedules for us to get the time to visit and see each other. So it's kind of a nice thing.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming today. It's great learning more about the show and your history, and I wish you guys much success here in Branson.
Well,
And
we
folks,
love it. Thank
be
you
sure
for
to come
inviting
out and
us.
see them at either the Americana or the Duttons. So be
Duttons
sure
Blackwood,
to check them out. We'll be back in just a moment.
The Best Western Music Capital Inn. It's Branson's ultimate hotel located across from the famous Shoji Tabuchi Theater. Relax in the indoor pool and hot tub. Enjoy the free hot breakfast every day. Gather in the lobby to reconnect with friends and family. For more information or to make reservations, call 877-334-8378.
Hey folks, we're on location again for Play Branson, and we're actually out at the College of the Ozarks. Now you might be saying, why am I out at the college? Well, I'm actually here at the Keeter Center, which is a beautiful building, and a lot of tourists come out here. This is one of the top places to eat here at Dobbins Dining Hall. But also right behind me is homemade ice cream. Now, who doesn't love homemade ice cream? And so hopefully you can see that behind me here. They, of course, have free samples. One of my favorite is the salted ice cream, frozen custard. But they also have a new flavor out here, lemon meringue pie, and it's going to be a featured flavor for the next 2 months. So come out and check out the ice cream, but also Dobbins Dining Hall, great restaurant. They have a wonderful Sunday brunch out here, but then they also have great menu for lunch and dinner. And what's unique about this is they raise a lot of their own food out here at the college, and so that's kind of different, unique, and so the dishes are going to sometimes be a little different than you get in your normal restaurant maybe in town, and that's okay because I think they're more unique, more original, and then you have the students also working out here. So if you're looking for that new experience, come check out the Keeter Center here at College of the Ozarks. It's right at the entrance when you first come in on the right, take Highway 65 South, exit at the Hollister interchange, and it'll be to the right. So this has been another moment for Play Branson. Hey folks, welcome back to Play Branson. And they just saw the Keeter Center and kind of the creamery out there.
Yeah, it's delicious. I love going out there and trying all their different ice cream flavors.
Oh yes, and they've got, I was out there recently and they had me test like 3 different flavors because they were going to pick one of these new flavors.
Yeah.
And so...
Which one did you like the best?
I picked a lemon meringue, I think it was,
yep.
is the one I picked. So, folks, if you're looking for a unique place, number one, to eat or to get ice cream, check out the Keeter Center.
Absolutely.
So, we have some other things coming up.
We do.
Do you know what's on the list?
I don't remember.
You don't remember what's on the list. There we go. So that's why I have it here, is we have Tanya Tucker on Saturday night, September 22nd. So Tanya, welcome back to Branson. And that's going to be at Andy Williams. He has a lot of celebrity weekends over there at the theater. And then the next night, we have Michael Bolton in town. So Michael, welcome back to Branson. It's good to have you here on Sunday the 23rd. Now, there's something else coming up that's never been in Branson, and that's this Ozark Mountain Web Fest. So tell me a little bit about that.
So that's going to be a pretty big deal. There's a ton of movie stars coming in, just a big film festival, so it's going to be awesome. And it's going to be out at the Branson Meadows, so they're just going to take over that parking lot.
And that's September 28th and 30th, and so you're going to have folks like Val Kilmer, Michael Bean, I hope I pronounced that right, Adam Rifkin, Edgar Struble, Muse Watson. Muse has been in town before. He was actually in a show. Bill Schote, if I got that right, and Salman Gill. So if I butchered your name, I do apologize. But, sometimes when there's new things that come into town, people kind of wait and see, but there's a lot of stars coming in. And so they want to make Branson kind of the Midwest place, I think, to really start filming stuff. And so folks, go out and support new things like this. And that's the Ozark Mountain Web Fest, September 28th through the 30th at Branson Meadows Mall. Or did I get that right?
Shopping center. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
It used to be like the factory shops at
Right.
Branson Meadows. I don't know if that's what they call it anymore. And so, folks, thanks for watching Play Branson. If you're looking to come to Branson and you need help planning your vacation, be sure to go to ibranson.com, and the folks at ibranson.com can help you. You can also call them at 877-ENTERTAIN, and they can help plan your entire vacation. So if you haven't been this fall, come this fall. But you also need to think about Christmas. It's right around the corner, and Branson is one of the top Christmas destinations in the United States. So we'll see you next Thursday here on Play Branson. Thanks for watching.